Some stunning statistics have today about the expanding cost of Americans' expanding waistlines. Obesity now accounts for nearly $200 billion in what they call excess healthcare spending each year. That is 20% of all of our healthcare spending dollars, nearly double the previous estimate. And by other estimates, when you look, these numbers explode into everything from heart disease to cancer. The costs, of course, they say are absorbed primarily by the non-obese in the form of higher insurance premiums. In fact, we as a nation now spend more on health care related to weight than we do on health care related to smoking. Policy experts worry that these costs could become the obesity epidemic's secondhand smoke. In other words, that's the budget. However, the vast majority of American health care is paid for by the taxpayer already. Let's bring in our mega panel. Imogen Weber, you can see her right there. Tim Carney, patiently waiting next to her on camera while I continue to speak. Sam Cedar. Also here, is there any possible way where the diabetes or where the obesity epidemic becomes in some fashion a partisan issue?
It already has. I mean, right now, the plan for the Republican House to make up for the funding on continuing the lower rates on the Stafford loans comes exactly from a fund in the Affordable Care Act that is specifically set up for preventative care, specifically these programs to help deal with obese issues.
So, to this side of the table, where I think that there may be less partisan.
And that's the reality of it. I mean, that is the reality of it.
But yes, and I agree with that. But there's another reality, which is the incredible subsidies that we provide in this country on a federal level for things like corn syrup, for things that we make cheap, sugary food, or excuse me, we make sugary food really the cheap food, and we make the non-obesity creating foods more expensive as a matter of tax policy, which both parties appear to be in favor of, which makes me think that I've gone crazy, because whoever heard of a country that subsidizes toxicity in its food chain and effectively raises the cost of non-toxic food?
There's points of agreement and disagreement between the right and left here. And also there's right-left agreement against the middle, and the subsidies for corn syrup that come because of sugar blockades and corn.
Iowa primary.
All of that stuff we can agree on. But then there's a big dividing line between the left and right on this. And on the right, there's a sense that even if we have a sense to care for the poorest, the people with the highest medical bills, the more that you move personal health care spending and health insurance premiums into the government sphere, which is something Obamacare does, the more that you externalize. So if you are eating a donut and I'm paying for part of your health care thanks to Obamacare, then I'm paying for your donut. I would rather you pay for their donut.
What I'm saying is, as a taxpayer, why am I subsidizing? Why am I making it cheaper for people to eat poison?
Well, absolutely right. The best diet ever invented nationally in history was the British diet during World War II, where the War Office imposed rationing. They said, this is what we're going to eat. And let me just, Britain has never been healthier before or since. So obviously,
what were the key characteristics of that diet, out of curiosity?
Obviously, it was not. Eat 3 meals a day, and fundamentally, obviously, no snacking and so forth. It was good for victory. That was the big slogan, so you're growing your own vegetables. Now, obviously, you're not going to have a nanny state situation like that again. This is America. This is not World War II. But this is a public health care catastrophe.
Right.
And you need a proper solution that is bipartisan to sort this one out.
Let us talk about beyond, forget the issue of I'm going to control my life and I'll eat what I want and I'll do whatever that is. We're beyond that.
Yeah.
The annual medical spending, the annual cost of an obese person in this country, healthcare costs on average, just like if you're looking for a smoker or whatever, $3,271 per person. The average healthcare cost or medical spending in this country for somebody who's not obese is $500. That cost, that $3,271, is being transferred to people paying $500. And the question is, what will the social resolution be? And that's where the real debate is.
Well,
the government or whatever it is.
I can appreciate
to stop subsidizing poison.
Well, I agree with that. And I think we can agree on, our food policy changed in 1972 or 3, whatever, when we decided to subsidize corn so heavily and everything becomes processed food. But where Ken and I would disagree is that, yes, we agree. I don't want to pay for your donut. But the reality is, I'm already paying for that donut. And so there's no way to escape that. We can either say that we
want to leave it here for now, just because we're going to end up in that. You're now at the precipice of the healthcare conversation. have the time for right now.
I don't want him taking away my donut.
He will not.
I want to pay for the cost of my own donut. I don't want him taking away.
The problem is your ability to calculate the net present value of a donut today for the next 20
But you
years.
just put up on the screen some of it. It's $2,700 a year.
30, All right, the panel stays.
Guess we got to increase the price of donuts.
I guess it looks like donuts just went up in cost. I don't know what to tell you.